First Stream Podcast presented by Bet Rivers. On today's episode of First Stream Podcast, we're going to talk everything Commanders because guess what? It is the month of July. We are a little bit away from football season where you know how we get down. We go all in for football season. Did something happen? Did somebody get paid in the NBA? Did somebody request a trade? And we got some MLB bets for y'all. So y'all know what we about to do. We're going to get into it. Let's go. Again, what's good? Welcome back to the First Stream Podcast. You know how we do. We get down with Bet Rivers. So make sure you download that Bet Rivers app, like and subscribe to the First Stream Podcast. You must be 21 years or older to play. 4th of July happened. Say it. Did you say something about banana pudding?
You got that right. You got that right. Ready.
Get that banana pudding ready. I got you, Stan. I got you. Hey, we gonna bring in a dude who got a wardrobe malfunction right now. Armah, what's good, man?
Excuse me, man. Pardon me. Why I correct that star that shines so bright? It's big at night. This is really an old to 4th of July, man.
That is That's a rating. That's not a logo. That's a rating. Hey, we gonna bring in the most passionate fan I know. You know, my main man Paulie. What's good, Paulie?
Yeah, hell to the W, baby, man. Free Reggie Rock, baby.
Free Reggie Rock.
Free Reggie Rock, baby. Lyrically dope, baby.
Yeah. Hold on, Paulie. Let's get it. Give me that shirt again. Give me that shirt.
You like that? You can't get like this, bro. Lyrically dope, baby. Reggie Rock, Spoon, IV Keys, baby. He coming home soon, though. You know what I mean? Shout out the whole DLP clique.
What's good, Linda? Bruce Glass, the first in the building. Linda, what's up, girl? How you doing? Hope you're getting healthy. All right. So, a little bit of bad news, good news situation we got, Paulie. A little bit of holy ground caught fire today, RFK. Man, nobody's hurt. That's the good news. Bad news is the field caught fire. What up with that? I mean, what's up with these workers working in stadiums and setting them on fire? Is this a sabotage job? What y'all know about that, man? Denver, the Mile High Stadium, is it because the price is too high and now RFK is going up? What's up, man? What's up? Nobody got no words?
Man.
It's hot, bro. What you want us to say, man? We ain't 5-0. Let them do it. Let them boys do their job. You want me to tell you who did it?
Hey, tell us who did it, Paulie. Who did it? What you do it, man?
You talk to the wrong person, bro. The police is right over this way with the red on. There you go. That's the police right there.
Might have been that dude.
Police, right there. Police out there.
Oh
no. We know this dude over here. The police with the 21 on. Look, he got it. This dude right here. We know he the police. Any dude that wear blue with 21 on it, you know he the police.
Burn, baby, burn. You know what I'm saying?
We know, bro. That's the police, yo. That's the police over there, man.
We might have a suspect.
Look, you see the star on his chest?
It's right at night.
You ain't know, but
heart of Texas.
Boy, hey boy, take your little deputy sheriff badge off, bro.
Hey, look at
that. He got a little deputy star on him. Look at the little deputy, man.
Look,
Kirby's in the building.
5-0, I tell you, bro. Anybody that wear that jersey is 5-0.
Rating on a logo.
I tell you, bro, it's a rating. It's not a logo. You 1 star. Hey, that's what you get. That's what you get a dude that bring your food in the Uber Eats when it's cold. You get
this dude is wilding out, bro.
Here's your cowboy. Get out of here. Hey, man, Terry McLaurin.
Hey, you keep bringing them back. Hey. You just as guilty.
Hey, Terry,
where's your star at?
The guy from the Jordan. Hey, from the Jordan.
Keep bringing Flash back.
Yeah. Hey,
y'all detectives. Dip and dap.
Josh said, Deputy Sheriff.
Oh, what up, Josh? What's going on, Kirby?
Michael Harris in the building.
Kirby Lovebug, my guy. What's up, man? Hell to the W, man. Hey, hit me up, Kirby. I'm still waiting on them shirts and them hats, man. Don't tell me you're going to do something. You my man, but don't tell me you're going to do something that you don't do it.
Hey, Paulie.
And I don't want to hear that at times is tough. I know times is tough. Times is tough for all of us. Kirby, you got an advantage, though, so use it.
Hey, Kirby gave you 5 stars, Paulie. Kirby gave you 5 stars.
I don't trust that guy.
Oh, wow. Don't.
Hey, new guy, be quiet.
Hey, that's our guy.
Remember, little star. You got a little star on your chest for a reason, bro. You deputy, man.
Hold on.
You juniors. You got a junior star.
Wait. Terry McLaurin signed for that bag today. That was last week when the news broke and everything like that. He signed for that bag today. My man looked dapper. Did you see my man in his suit today? He was dapped down. That's the way you sign. They treat you real nice when you come to sign them contracts, don't they? And then that calendar click, and they start gearing you up, and you all kinds of some of them and mother boy and catch the ball, right?
Well, this one less thing they got to worry about now is Terry McLaurin's situation going any further into camp.
Nah, that's one less thing we got to talk about, man. That was in Toothpick had that shit in his bylaws. Like episode 201, Terry McLaurin. Episode 202, Terry McLaurin. That's always. I'm glad we ain't talk that shit no more. He signed. He came in the building with a smile on his face. You know what I mean? He came in there like Martin and Gina counting the money. You know what I mean? So
he came in with his hands like this too. He was like, "Yeah."
You know what I mean? So we good. We ain't got to talk about that no more. He on the team for 3 years. Unless somebody trying to give up 2 number ones. In that case, he could go.
I skip over the hate that I see somebody posting there. And I'll say this, though. No, seriously, though, I'm not a fan, but I am glad to see that happen for the organization. Honestly, that caliber of player, I've not heard anybody have a bad thing to say about him, and he simply produces. So that's a player that, not saying that he'll stay there for the rest of his career, but he definitely deserved to get his money. So, you know what I'm saying? Respecting him for that.
Yeah, most definitely. Now another thing that we was
man, it was a no-brainer, and he was backed into a corner anyways, man. Let's not give him too much credit, because their dumbasses tried to sign Amari Cooper 3 years ago for $21 million. Imagine still be having that damn contract and trying to sign Terry. So they ain't think too highly of him any goddamn way. So let's not act like they did. You know what I mean? Like they did what they was backed into doing. Period.
What they should have did anyway.
Period.
But Amari 3 years ago wasn't a bad look though.
No, not for $21 million.
Right.
Not for $21 million. Cause look, he ain't even seen it in the contract with y'all. Y'all got his ass up out of there. I don't care if it doesn't matter that he called the quarterback a black Kirk Cousins. You know what I'm saying? If your play is top 5, top 3 level or whatever, you can call the quarterback whatever you want to call the quarterback, as long as you catching them passes from him and scoring touchdowns.
That
you know
is
what I mean?
fact.
But that production dropped off. You know what I mean? So like I said, he wasn't worth that. He wasn't worth the $21 million.
Yeah.
And not to mention, y'all had guys filling in for his spot. When he was out. You know what I mean? Gallup emerged. You know what I mean? Your man Cedric Wilson emerged. You know what I'm saying? Y'all basically had to get rid of Wilson this year.
But Cedric Wilson gone. He gone. So
I said they had to get rid of him this year. But if they went in and signed Cooper then, Wilson would have had a couple more years to really, you know what I'm saying? I like Wilson. He was one of the dudes when all your boys got hurt. He stepped up. And I was like, this Wilson dude is going to be all right.
He was solid.
Yeah, he going to be all right.
He would have been a guy that I would have hated to see go, because then
I'm glad. Listen, I'm glad he went, bro. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I don't like you. I don't like the Cowboys. But I'm gonna tell you straight up, bro.
I get what you're saying.
I was glad to see because that dude got some talent, man. He got some speed. He got some height. He ain't scared to go across the middle. You know what I mean?
Sometimes
I liked him, man.
Sometimes with guys like that is that they work so incredibly hard that when their number is called, you can't help it. I don't know how.
Nah, you thinking too much into it. You thinking too much into it, bro. He was listen. He was sitting behind money on the depth chart that wasn't really crap in their pants. You was getting production out of Cooper, and then you sit behind CD Lamb. You know what I mean? And then Gallup was coming up for his contract. Not to mention Gallup already proved himself. So it wasn't like he was sitting behind.
Gallup didn't prove himself.
No, Gallup did. Gallup, yo, you a fan, so you think like I'm on the outside looking in. No, be quiet. Let me finish. Gallup proved himself enough where he got a second damn contract. Like they didn't want nobody else to come up and scoop Gallup. He proved that he was valuable to them. But my point is, Cedric Wilson was sitting behind talent, so his numbers were opportunity. You can't develop sitting on the bench. You know what I mean? He was getting a little play here and there, but he didn't get nothing consistent. You know what I mean? Unless somebody was hurt.
As a fan who's been watching the team for a long time, what you'll grow to understand is when Jerry likes you, you're good. And it's just that simple. Like it was never that he was a bad player, but if when Jerry rocks with you, he's gonna give you that money. It's just that simple. Gallup has been hurt. And he hasn't really had a crazy year like this.
Listen, man. Like I said, you thinking too far into it. Sure. We talking about the fourth damn receiver. You thinking too much into it. We talking about the fourth damn receiver. Hey, come on, man. He didn't get that much time. He got enough to show he was talented. He didn't get that much time. He went on to bigger things in another city. That's all there was to it.
Yeah, so this is the year.
I would have listened to that shit about Amari Cooper, but I ain't gonna listen to this shit about no Dan Wilson, man. Come on, you thinking too much into it.
Hey, let's get back.
Enough cowboy talk. See, I try to do your favor and talk a little cowboy talk, and you got all out of cowboy pocket. That's why you sitting there with a junior star. Let's go. All right, let's go.
You fell for
Go ahead, Toothpick. Go ahead, Toothpick.
I was about to say, look, let's get back
to this.
Let's get back to this program. We got Droopy in the building. What's up, Droop? Thanks for dropping by. We appreciate it. Hey, and speaking of, you're not in four wide that much because even like what I say, you pull the tight end, you throw that fourth wide receiver on the field. You're not really in it that much for him to get his targets the way he needs to. But we'll see what he do when he off in his new city. And
who are you talking about?
About Wilson, but Wilson is.
You thinking too much into it, man.
No, I was just agreeing with you.
Too much into it, man.
Hey, I
told you we wasted too much damn time on a 4-string receiver for the Cowboys. You should do it right into the next segment.
Yo, we
wasted too much time, man. Let's go.
4-string wide receiver.
Come on, exactly. Not Dan. So get off of it, man. Why you still talking about it? Let's go.
Say it.
Say it. Keep your finger on the button.
What you got, say
Say it, don't even say it, say it. Let's go to the next one, Sid. Thank you, Sid. Say it, my dude. I know it's my birthday, man. Say it, my dude. Thank you, Sid. Let's go to the next one. Next topic.
Here in 2 minutes, but we're going to get into it earlier because we got to look at some things and go every which way. We're going to bring you our picks for the night. We got 3 MLB games on deck for you right here, okay? So the first one that we got here is the Toronto Blue Jays traveling out to Oakland to play the Athletics. Here's the lines for you, Polly. We got the Toronto Blue Jays at -167 on the win line. We got the run line of 1.5 runs for -103. Total runs of 8.5 is the over. That's +100. Oakland's line is +143 for the win. The run line plus the 1.5 at -115 for Oakland on the win. We got the under at -118. That's 8.5 on that one right there. Say it. We going top to bottom, or we going bottom to top. We gonna start with you. Who you like? Say it.
I like Toronto, man. They're making a late push in they're making it into the playoffs here. This little wannabe playoffs that they got going. Can they sustain these? A couple of these divisions are pretty close, so you got to sustain the win at this point because there's not very many games left. These guys going to make it into the wild card and then win the division, unlike other sports. So I'm gonna go with Toronto, and I'm gonna go with the over in this game.
Toronto and the over. Okay.
Yeah.
How are you taking Toronto? You want them sunny side up? You want them fricassee? What you want with them? How you taking them?
Hey, just give it to Toronto with the win money line.
You want the win? Okay, there we go. I got you.
Hey, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Who you like, man? Who you got?
Yeah, I'm going Toronto as well for the win. I think, they're coming off a 4-game skid, so, it may be closer than what we're looking at, even though Oakland is terrible. So this might be the game that gets them back on track. So I'm going to just take them for the win and leave it at that.
All right, I got you. Hey, Paulie, who you like, man? Who you like?
Give me them numbers again.
Okay.
The line. Just no. Not the numbers, just the line.
Yeah. Minus 167. That's the win line for Toronto. The run line is minus 103. And then for Oakland, it is plus 143 for the win and minus 115 on the run line.
Yeah, give me oh man, it's easy, man. Give me Oakland money line, man.
Oakland money line. Okay, so the Blue Jays.
This the opening game, right?
Of this one, ooh.
Yes.
This is the first one. This is the first of their this is the first of their series. Hey, I'm actually going Toronto with this one right here, and I'm gonna go Toronto on the minus that 1.5 run, so minus that 103. And I do like the over too, man. Toronto's on a 4-game losing streak. Josh likes that's Clarence. Clarence likes Toronto money line and the over as well. All right, our next game we have is the San Francisco Giants taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Here's San Francisco's line minus 167 on the win line. The run line is 1.5, of course, minus 108, and the total is 9.5. The over is plus 100, and the under is minus 118. Arizona's line is plus 145, and their run line is minus 110. Of course, the plus or minus is still the same, and the plus is for Arizona right now. So, Paulie, we started with you on this one right here. Who you got?
What's the game?
That is San Francisco Giants versus the Arizona Diamondbacks.
What's the money line?
Money minus 108 for the Giants, and nope, that's the run line. Minus 167 for the Giants and plus 145 for Arizona.
Who's pitching?
Oh my goodness.
You don't know this stuff?
No, I got you. I got you.
You don't get the pitches?
I'm going to the screen right now. I'm going to the screen. All right. For we got Woods. We got Woods on the mound for the Giants, and we got Gilbert on the mound for Arizona. Woods is 0-3 with an ERA of 7.88. Woods is 5-7 with an ERA of 5.03.
Who Woods pushing for? Who you pitching for?
San Francisco.
And that's who I was going to take all along. Give me San Francisco money line, man. The Giants, man. This the opening game of this series too, right?
Yeah, this
is second game.
Second game. Who won the last game?
Oh wow!
I believe I'm about to say Arizona won the last game.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that. Yeah, Giants, man. They'll get the second game.
All right, who you got, Ant?
I'm actually going Arizona. Neither one of these teams are that good. Looking at the numbers, both the pitchers' ERAs aren't that good, and this might be a little time where Arizona can get them a little shine. So I'm gonna take Diamondbacks for the win, and I'm picking the under.
The under. All right, say it. Who you got?
I'm gonna go Arizona. San Francisco's been struggling down. They've been struggling about the last 10 games. They've lost more than they've won, and they've already lost the first game in this series. Give me Arizona with straight up win and the under.
The win and the under. All right, and for some reason, I think Woods is going to continue to dig himself out of this hole that he's in with this 5-7 and this ERA. I think he's going to drop this thing. I'm going with San Francisco because they are horrible on the road.
You don't like that ERA differences, buddy.
I know. Actually, I'm just gonna take the -1.5 on the run line. I'm gonna take the Giants with the -1.5, and hopefully they pull this thing out by 2 runs for me. I'm gonna start this next with myself. We got the Colorado Rockies and the Dodgers. We got the Dodgers here, Doc Squad. The Colorado Rockies are +190. Their run line is -112. The over/under set at 9, and it's +102 for the over. The Dodgers is -230 with a run line of -107, and then the under is -120. So, Paulie, I'm gonna get this to you real quick.
Why you starting off with me, man? What are they playing?
I'm going first. I'm gonna give you the.
Where they playing at? But where they playing at though?
They playing in LA.
LA.
Yeah, they playing in LA. Oh wow. Marquise is the pitcher. He's 4-6 with an ERA of 5.89. And then what's his name? Petro. All right, he's 0-0. So this is his first one, but his ERA is 3.18. That's the pitcher for the Dodgers. All right, so of course the Dodgers are the favorite here, and it's just easy to pick the Dodgers. So give me the Colorado Rockies plus that 190 for the win, for the upset right here, coming off of the 4th of July, where everybody was out with their stars and stripes. Clarence is liking the San Francisco Giants and the over, and he likes LA minus the 1.5 and the over as well. So, Sid, who you got?
Man, the Dodgers gonna beat the brakes off these boys. The Dodgers are one of the hottest teams in the league right now.
I know they.
I don't care who Colorado throw out there. Them boys are smacking that ball left to the right, to the middle, upside down, in the hole, in the corner. Give me the Dodgers. Straight up win.
Give me the Dodgers.
Money line.
Wait.
Give me the Dodgers.
Money line.
Sid, which way they smacking that ball?
Man.
Pause. Hey,
them boys have been driving the ball, dog. They've been driving the ball everywhere, dog. I don't care who they're playing. Them boys are driving the ball everywhere.
Hey, that's how he said.
Hey, G for the shot. Pause.
That's how he said driving.
Pause. Damn.
Hey, man. Hey, who you got?
He like the cries of family show.
Paulie, you be always saying you want to see a dead body, right? I'm like, hey, look, in that same movie, that she said it turns yellow when the blood separates from the plasma. They already dead.
Pause.
Talk about
Pause.
Ain't nothing to see here.
Pause.
Ain't nothing to see here.
Where the blood separate from the yellow. Pause.
Ain't nothing to see here.
Nah, Paulie, you do it. You tripping. The blood separate from the plasma. But anyway,
pause.
But I will take the under. You know what I'm saying? I will take the under.
Hey, bro. There's a reason why you got a deputy star on your chest.
You taking the Dodgers?
Yeah.
Give me the Rockies. Give me the Rockies money line, man. What goes up, gotta come back down. I don't care how hot it is. Give me the Rockies. Give me the Rockies with the bats, baby. Dude about to get his first start too. He about to get rocked by the Rockies.
He about to get rocked. All right, man. So we here.
Hey, shout out Colorado.
Hey,
we doing it out there.
We about to get into what everybody's here for, man. Let's get into this Commanders talk right now. All right. Shout out Bet Rivers. Make sure you download that.
Shout out Bet Rivers, man. AD, man.
Older to play, or go to www.betrivers.com. So they are our sponsors, of course. So we talking quarterbacks. Hey, when we start to break down these positions, break down the team position by position, you got to start at the top. So why not start with the quarterbacks? We got full on.
God, we talk quarterbacks all off season. Go ahead, my fault.
Talk about our quarterbacks now.
Yeah, man. We've been talking about them all off season. My fault, though. Go ahead.
Yeah. So
man, it's all good.
On the roster, we got Taylor Heinicke. All right, we got Sam Howell, we got Cole Kelley, and we got Carson Wentz. Let's talk about the unknown first. All right, Cole Kelley is an undrafted free agent out of where, said?
South Louisiana.
South Louisiana, by the way of what, said?
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Yo, what's the measurements on this dude?
Sorry, Linda.
Yeah, what's the measurement on this dude, man?
I'm about to give it to you right now, Paulie.
Well,
All right,
on.
so this guy is Kelley is 6'7", 250.
Yeah, I've seen this dude, bro.
Yeah,
I've seen this dude. This dude, it was a man's amongst boys, wherever the hell he was playing at. But he got a hell of a highlight tape. You know what I mean? Maybe that could translate to keeping a practice squad position. You know what I mean? But he's big. He can run. He can move. He can throw. I mean, the competition he was playing against wasn't that damn good. You know what I mean? But as far as him being a player, he could play. He could play. Let's just see if he could translate to maybe getting a practice spot, practice squad spot. You know what I mean? But I like dude. He could play, man. If he don't make it here, he definitely gonna go to one of these leagues or Canada or somewhere and get a job.
Yeah, my guy was recruited about a lot of top schools and wound up choosing where he choose
Arkansas.
He chose Arkansas. Linda, see, you see that he chose
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
I heard at one point during the talk when he signed him, they were saying thing about possibly even moving him to tight end.
Oh, well, that'll be interesting to see. I mean,
man,
they throwing everybody at tight end right now, but hopefully.
But look at his measurables. It's almost like your boy Cole. Yeah. It's almost like your boy Cole. 6'7", he can move.
Let's see what he can do if his arm talent, if he can pick up this playbook and make this squad. My guy,
he ain't gonna make the squad, bro. He the fourth-string quarterback. He ain't gonna make the squad. The best he can hope for is maybe a practice squad position.
Right. Hey, heavily recruited out of high school. A lot of colleges came after him. He was what did it say he was ranked like the number? He was a 4-star coming out of a 4-star. Oh yeah, 4 stars against Alabama, Auburn, Ole Miss.
You gonna hate me
Carolina
today.
Knocked him out of there.
You gonna hate me today, bro. This your birthday present to me. You gonna put up with me today. Why the hell we talking? Why you giving all these time about a 4-3 quarterback? He ain't gonna make the team.
We don't know, bro.
He not gonna make the team, bro. Just say what his name is, his measurables. Well, let's go. I gave you my comment. Move on to whoever else you gonna call next. We wasting too much time.
Man.
Let's go. Look, he don't even know what the hell you talk about.
No, my question, but Paulie, my question to you would be: would it be lack of experience because you got the Heinicke who's been in the system and is a solid backup, and then the other kid, Sam Howell, just maybe he's got the name just to stay the third guy? What it like for you to say the good stuff you said? What makes you say he's fourth? He just ain't gonna make it. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because
at most teams keep 2. We gonna keep 3 because of Howell. You know what I mean? They invested in everybody else. They invested in everybody else ahead of them. Wentz, you know what I mean? Heinicke just signed a deal last year, so this year is guaranteed, and he just spent a draft pick on Howell. So he not going. He has no chance. He barely has a chance to be on the practice squad because them reps gonna go to Howell. They ain't gonna be splitting reps between him and Howell. You know what I mean? So. The best thing
he will be on the practice squad.
Listen,
I think they're gonna have him actually. I don't think they're gonna have
no. But what I'm saying is part of practice squad is part of the practice squad and being a backup, a third string, especially third string quarterback, is running the practice team, the scout team. You see what I'm saying? They're not gonna split up scout team reps for two lesser quarterbacks when they invested a draft pick in one. They're gonna do all they can to try to get your man Howell.
Ready,
caught up to speed and ready. And during the season, they want to keep his brain and shit thinking and his play going by being the practice, being the scout team quarterback. That's all. He don't have no chance to make this team. Or if he just got to be balling out in practice and in the few opportunities you get in preseason to make them even think about him or necessarily put them on there. We gonna call this guy back list just in case something happened to one of our quarterbacks in the regular season.
Right. Which could be an option, Ain't like.
But again, wasting too much time on a 4-string quarterback.
Nah, you got to be patient today.
It's a good question, though, man.
We live. We got to be patient.
Good question.
And the only reason I asked for it, we can move on. But the only reason I was asking is because
I sounded so sure about it.
Be big on Howell. Pick's the only one to be big on Howell. So when other people were talking about him, saying he's another version of Heinicke, essentially, but maybe a little bigger. What's the point of having another version of him when you could, try it?
But let me tell you this, though. Let me tell you this, buddy. Let me tell you this. Don't always take what somebody else is telling you, to Bible, bro. Wait till you see it for yourself. So yeah, somebody might come on this show and give their opinion about something, but just because they seen it and you haven't, doesn't mean their opinion is 100.
Oh yeah.
Because I done heard different opinions. I done heard different opinions about who Howell was supposed to maybe look like. You know what I mean? Only once have I really heard somebody say he was a bigger version of Heinicke. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Just temper that. So I mean, like, truth be told, I can't really give my opinion on him until, I'm going off everything he did in North Carolina.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? So
in the house. Dub family in the house was good, Dub.
So yeah, man.
Say it. What you got on Cole Kelley?
Like I said, I mean, he played at Arkansas. He got minimum amount of reps, and a few times he started, he was I think he was 3-3, and then he just, he kept getting replaced, so he decided to transfer. I think Fleet Franks replaced him at one point. Why? Don't get me started on that. And so that was one reason why he transferred. You playing behind somebody who just lost his job in Florida, can't take his job in Arkansas. So I'm tired of it, more or less. But I mean, probably made a good point. Most teams only going to carry 3, especially with them drafting a quarterback in Sam Howell.
Yeah.
Will he fall to the practice squad? I mean, it depends on how well he plays. He may get cut. He may fall to practice squad, or they may do like you were saying earlier. They were looking at him as trading to tight end, which is what another team is doing with Fleet Franks. So
how about that?
But
all right,
you just never know.
To the next quarterback on the list right here. We're gonna go with the draft pick, young Sam Howell. Young Sam Howell's wearing number 14 this year. He stands 6'1", 220. He's 21 years old, rookie out of North Carolina. Draft pick, 5th rounder. Not too many people was excited about him. Of course, we had someone come on the show and say that he looked terrible this OTAs. The OTAs are for learning, right? He's behind Carson Wentz, who has to learn the terminology, behind Taylor Heinicke, who has to learn the terminology. So, yes, he's going to look terrible. There's a lot coming at him. What are we hoping to see out of Sam Howell this year? And literally, I mean, by seeing nothing, especially the field. We don't want him to see the field. We want to use this as a red shirt type year for Sam Howell, so he can develop and we can have a quarterback that we're starting to grow, starting to invest in, and let's see what happens 2 or 3 years down the line when this dude has been in the league for a while, seen film, understand where the nickel backer is, where the linebackers are, and everything like that, where blitz is coming from. Paulie, Sam Howell, what are your thoughts, bro?
You sure? You ready?
I'm ready, man. Let it go. Let it go. Don't hold it back, bro.
I'm just waiting on you, bro. You saying a lot.
Let's go, man.
I'm waiting on you, man. You saying a lot, man. Yo, Sam Howell, I just hope he gets better. I don't care. Look, see, that's a problem when you got people who never played sports or went to a practice every day. You know what I mean? You don't know. Practice, like he said, practice for mistakes. Practice to get better. You know what I mean? Some people take what they learn in practice, and then when the lights come on, they put it all together. You know what I mean? So I don't care if he looked horrible in practice. I mean, he's a rookie. You know what I mean? Come on, as long as he get better every day, that's all that matters, man. He's a football player. He know how to play.
I like what
all
you
that.
said.
You know what I mean?
Paulie,
we'll see.
When you
we'll see if the competition.
Day, what happens the next day when you come back?
Yeah, exactly. We'll see if the competition is too much for him. And you see it quicker at quarterback than you see it any other position. You know what I mean? So we'll see, man. As long as he gets better each day, come on, man. I don't even care if you're better. I thought it was a good pickup.
I thought it was.
You got 2 people. Yeah, you got 2 people in front of him that can play. You know what I mean? So you got a chance to let them, watch and learn a little bit, but I'm always a believer the best learners on the field, but that opportunity ain't there for him. So he got to be extra mentally sharp about how he go along in this camp. You know what I mean? Get the throws in when he can get them in. You know what I mean? Soak stuff up from the other 2. I mean, I don't care. You can say Heinicke ain't the best quarterback in the world, but he has played quarterback in the league. That's still somebody he can lean on.
And not only that, but he know that playbook.
That's what I'm saying. He still got somebody to lean on. It's good that his boy, what's the receiver? The one you don't like. You say he a bust.
De'Ami Brown.
De'Ami Brown, yeah. And him and De'Ami Brown are boys. You know what I mean? They play together, and not only they play together, they boys. You can tell that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my son. You know what I'm saying? That's his homie down there in Charlotte and everything. You know, they boys and everything. So that's good, man. You know, he's got to be comfortable. Go out there day by day, get better, improve. You know what I mean? They definitely, you know, I can't say nothing bad about the pick, man. Just don't put no high expectations on the dude.
Nope.
Let him be a fifth round pick.
All right, we talking third string quarterback here.
Sam Howell. I mean, seen him play a little bit, seen him struggle, seen him do well in certain games. Again, that was college. This is the NFL. Can he put it together? Can he learn the playbook? Can he put it together? You know, you're going to find a little bit more from him earlier than later. I say that because the starter is not going to play during preseason.
Oh, so, facts.
With that being said,
no.
The starter's not going to play during preseason, so it's going to be the third string or the fourth string.
No. He going to play, brother.
Right.
But you want to put some Bet Rivers money on that one?
That's what I'm saying. So
you want to put some Bet Rivers money on that one?
More than anybody
Shout
else.
out Bet Rivers, man. You want to put some Bet Rivers money on that?
The fact is, they need to see what they have in both the third and the fourth string. You know, the 1 and 2, they know they got out of 1 and 2. They're not going to play.
We made that
3
mistake.
and 4. You're going to see 3 and 4.
Hey, Pitt, let me get this audible real quick. I know we talking about this, but hold on. What he just said kind of blew my mind. So you telling me that Wentz is not going to play this preseason?
He probably played the last game. He's not going to play the first 2 games.
No. Listen, Wentz is Wentz is going to play. Do you know how vital and critical it is that he's ready? He's ready to go. Not just
even if he plays. He's not
hey, Sam, let me talk, man. Hold on, let me finish.
You've been interrupting all day. I mean, geez.
No, hey, let me finish, bro. I didn't interrupt you that time, though. I didn't interrupt you that time.
He's gonna play. We're gonna see what he plays early because it's gonna be 3 and 4 is gonna play. They're gonna finally get the third string and fourth string. The first 2 may play a little, but he's not going to play the whole game. They just know.
Of course.
Hold on, Pitt. You finished? Because you just said what you said the last time. All I'm saying is it's vital for him to be ready to go. And I ain't talking about health-wise. I'm talking about ready to go with this offense in game 1. They're not going to just rely on practice. They had this problem already. They seen that with last year with Fitztragic. Yo, this dude is going to play in the preseason game. I understand maybe that first game he might just come out and take a couple snaps or take a series and hand off or whatever, but he's going to play. As they get closer, they're only playing. They got 3 preseason games now. Everybody talk about 4 was all too long, blah, blah, blah. But I was damn sure like they have 4 preseason games this year for Wentz.
Yeah.
We only got 3. So the second game, he going to play. He going to play a lot, if not any game.
Hold on.
So and then if you go out there and stink it up in the second game, I guarantee you the third game, he going to come out there at least for 1 series to try to get a touchdown or something. Suppose he play and they ain't got going to the third preseason game, he ain't generating not 1 point for the offense. They're going to say, forget it, we're going to regular season. They made this mistake before. It ain't going to happen again. My opinion. That's all.
Hey, okay, hold on, wait. We got a hot take here. And I'm gonna come to you, Ant. All right. I think Cole Kelley is better than Howell, right? Cole Kelley is better than Howell. So are you saying, Dominique Griff, my guy, are you saying that Cole Kelley can push Howell up out of that third spot and secure himself a spot right there? I mean, because now you're talking training camp battles, because that's just a 5th round draft pick right there that we're talking about. And if you could get an unsigned free agent, an undrafted free agent, that's cheaper than the 5th round draft pick. So I make that clear right there. What you trying to say is, are you saying that Cole Kelley can beat Sam Howell out for that spot? I really want to know what you're thinking. Put it in the chat. I got you, bro. Okay.
No, I tell you, dude he got a heck of a highlight tape. I'm saying, go look at his highlight. Look at his film, man. Hey, you know what I mean? I know highlights is highlight, but still, he's still making these plays. He got a hell of a highlight tape, man.
That's it. Anyway, the SEC is not. It's the baby NFL. The SEC is the baby NFL. Look,
and that's what I was saying. His only way would be if he come out here in these practices and the little time he get in the preseason and he come out there and he show off, then, you know, he going to put some pressure on him, have to, you know, at least think about practice squad. But it'll be hard. That's what he's going to have to do. He's going to actually have to outplay Sam Howell in this preseason. But they still gonna keep Howell. Either or. You see what I'm saying? He can outplay Howell.
But
no, listen.
You could put
Ron Rivera hasn't cut a draft pick since he's been there.
He hasn't.
He's gonna give you 1 year. He said that last year. I'm gonna give my draft picks a year to show me progress. He said that.
He could still put him on the practice squad though, and then Cole Kelley could then make the squad to be the third player. So it'll be literally a battle for who's going to the practice squad versus who is going to
bruh.
If they keep
they're gonna keep the draft pick before they keep the guy that outplayed them. I'm telling you, just to make themselves look good. They ain't gonna cut at quarterback too. Yeah, they might cut both of them and just keep the two quarterbacks on a active roster. Like I said, and who's really gonna scoop up on Howell?
All right,
you know what I mean. So
Dominique right here said he said Howell's the better athlete, but Kelley is the better quarterback. Now it sort of go about what you're saying, but you also got to look at this too, man. Look at the year, and I'm coming to you. Ant.
Oh, y'all good. Look
at the year that Howell had.
Hey, no, bro, don't never say we good.
When he had all that talent.
Don't never say you good, bro. Hold on. Right? Don't never say you good, bro. Come on, man.
He said
that's why you win that junior deputy star. Always be willing to give your opinion up here.
When Sam Howell had all that talent,
give your opinion, bro.
Hold on. When Sam Howell had all that talent with him, look at what he did, right? Look at what he did. And then the year when he had no talent, he struggled. That's fact.
He was pressing. He was trying to do it all himself.
Right.
And he couldn't.
Go ahead, Ant.
So I think when we look at just the history of the game, of course, the best hope of a player, especially if you guys are saying that you're investing in a fifth-round quarterback to possibly be able to do something, the ceiling for that is Aaron Rodgers. Clearly, nobody knows what this guy is going to do, but I can almost bet $1 to a dime he ain't going to have that type of progress. So with that being said, he's going to have to, if he doesn't get usurped by Cole at some point, Paulie's dead set on that. But I think Cedric made a great point of they are going to get a majority of the burn at some point, a half a piece to run the offense and do what they do. That's just the nature of it, even if Carson gets a lot of more burn being a first-year guy than he normally would in any other organization. So,
bro, you say that because Dak is your quarterback.
No. I don't think that's a big deal.
And Dak played last year.
That's a big deal.
Dak played last year.
That's also an anomaly. No. I'm saying it's an anomaly because we're only talking about these two lower tier guys. It's an anomaly for the fourth and fifth round guy to have any success of making the squad, let alone being a starter. So
who you talking about, Howell or Wentz?
I'm talking about Howell.
Okay. My fault.
I was just saying since
my fault. I thought you were talking about Wentz.
No, you know what I'm saying? Basically, since Wentz isn't going to get a lot of burn, like he's going to get some burn, but he ain't going to get that much like that to where they're going to take away from letting the third and fourth guys battle it out. So that's going to be a great opportunity for everybody to watch and see what both of those guys really can do. Me personally, I don't believe that even though he may not have Rivera may not have cut a draft pick, if Sam goes out there and does above and beyond, there's no way they don't allow that guy to get that spot. It's just impossible. You have to go off what you see on the field at the end of the day. What they say, watch the damn game. So you have to watch and see what the guy does, and if he executes, there's no way he doesn't make this team or makes the practice squad.
Both of them going to be playing with lesser talent anyway, because that first team, they're going to come out and get a little bit of burn, get a little sweat. You want to see some execution, and then they're going to turn it over to the guys trying to make the team. The second, third string guys, they're going to be out there. Hey, what you going to do when that blitz is coming at you real fast? All right, our second string quarterback is Taylor Heinicke. We all know number 4, number 1 in your hearts though. QB 6'1", 210. He's 29 years old. His 5th year out of Old Dominion. We saw Taylor get pretty much the whole season last year. We all know what he did and what he couldn't do. Taylor, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start with the Cowboys. Let's start with the Cowboys. Right
like you said, we got a large sample size of him last year. personally, I like some more of it. Let's keep it going. Let's keep Taylor Heinicke. Hold on.
Let him say what he's gonna say. Go ahead.
Let's keep him doing what he's doing. Look, to look ahead, I don't think Carson makes it anyway. So you're gonna see Taylor whether you want to or not at some point, because y'all line ain't gonna hold him up. But solid backup in Taylor, and he knows the offense. That's just what it is. So.
All right, that's it. That's enough.
I'm about to put him in timeout. You stay right
enough.
there.
No, he good. He good. No, bring him back. He said his piece. It's all good. Don't do that. We ain't said that. We ain't petty like that. We ain't that type of petty, bro. No, you good. No, you good. You gave your opinion. You gave your opinion. That's how you feel. You good, bro. We all can't be on the same team. It's all good, bro. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be any fun. Don't do that to him, man. That's his take. No matter how stupid and asinine it was, that's your business. It's all good. Now look, the Heinicke, backup quarterback. We know it. All I've asked is if he has to play, at least put in some plays for him. And I don't mean like one particular play. I'm talking about like a package for him. And start running the offense to more of his strengths. Having him on the move, having him running the ball, and kind of ease into that, having him into the pocket all the time. That's all, man. I hope it ain't not just we learned what Heinicke was last year. A gutsy guy who got some talent, who got a weak arm. We know this. So let's play. But he proved that he could pull you out in the pinch the year before that. That's how he got this look. He proved as a backup, he could give you a chance to win.
Yeah.
He did that twice. That's how he got that job last year. He did that. He did it against Carolina. Even though he lost, he put points on the board and made it look close for a minute. You know what I mean? And then he did it against Tampa Bay. And he did it in a one start. No. I'm just talking about as a backup in a one start. Even that Chargers game. Okay. Come on, if it wasn't for
Gibson fumble.
Gibson fumble, you know, we in the driver's seat in that game. You know what I mean? So he proved as a backup he can get the job done. But if you do got to play him for an extended period, you know what I mean? Scott Turner, I beg you, please play more to his strengths than playing to your system.
Yeah, right. Most definitely. Say it. What you got?
I mean, he's right. You saw a big sample size of Heinicke last year. Y'all know what he can do. You know his strengths. You know his weaknesses. Can you get the offensive coordinator to understand those strengths and those weaknesses?
Yeah.
He has a year in his system under his belt, under the fire, taking his lumps, you know, making his great plays at the same time. Like Ant here, I believe at some point he's gonna end up starting.
Oh,
I just said that though in the backup mode. He might have to play a game or two, or he might have to finish a game. But I'm just saying he's the perfect backup because he's always going to give you a chance. Yeah, he's shown that in the backup situation, he's going to give you some type of a chance.
And because he's been under fire last year, and he knows how to come in, he knows how to win, he knows what he needs to do. The thing is, can you get the offensive coordinator? Like Paulie said, can you get the offensive coordinator to do what he does well and not try to fit a square into a round hole?
A square peg in a round hole. I got you.
It's as soon as that.
I got you. Listen, in all actuality, your backup is supposed to win half the games that they play. If your starter is out for 4 games, your backup should go 2-2, right? That's what we really want, right? Out of a good, competent backup. Heinicke knows the playbook inside and out. He almost became a coach, right? He almost became a coach. So we know that the dude is smart.
Yeah.
But we know that Carson Wentz does not finish seasons for whatever reason. But let's hope that this season the dude does go all 18. But if he doesn't, Heinicke can hold it down until he comes back with the talent that's around him in the offense, which will help him as well because we have more wide receivers, more running backs. And when we did go on that 4-game winning streak last year, Paulie, you and I said this the whole time, right? Is that they ran the ball more than they threw the ball. And that's what he's begging out of Scott Turner right there. Paulie, you got one more thing on Heinicke?
He did.
Yeah. Nah, I was just saying when you said you want them to win half the games. Nah, you want them not to lose more than half the games.
Fact.
You know what I mean? Because when you get a win out of a backup, man, you know what I mean? That's like icing on a cake. You know what I mean? After dessert. You know what I mean? So
here comes
you just want them not to lose games for you.
All right.
Hopefully your team could pick them up around them. You know what I mean? You don't want him to lose the game.
Hey,
I'll take that.
Nobody was more disappointed than De'Ami Brown that Carson Wentz chose to stay in the number 11 or go back to the number 11 because he thought he was going to get a payday for that number 2. Carson Wentz, number 11, 6'5", 237, 29 years of age, 7 years in the NFL out of North Dakota State. He has a Super Bowl ring, but he wasn't the starting quarterback in that Super Bowl team.
He was on the Super Bowl team.
He was on a
He got him there, though. He got him there, though.
His MVP year, right? We really
he didn't win it.
Right.
He was well on his way.
Right.
Yeah, that was his to lose for sure.
And he got hurt and lost it, of course. So with Carson Wentz here, as Commanders fans, all we can really hope for is he gives us that stable quarterback play that he did last year, 20-something plus touchdowns and single-digit interceptions. The last 2 games versus the Oakland Raiders and the Jacksonville Jaguars, he played terrible, but it wasn't all on him. Paulie, I'm coming straight to you, man.
Look, man. I like Carson Wentz. You know, I like his skills. I like how he compete. But we'll see, man. I don't know. You know what I mean? He's got to be the biggest enigma in the league at this point. So you could say, you know what I mean? I mean, nobody knows. Everybody's seen him struggle, but then you think, like, is he really struggling? Because he still threw 21 touchdowns last year and only 7 interceptions. So you can't call that a struggle. Now, we know he wasn't the main focus of the team. It was the running back, you know what I mean, which was good for him. You know,
right.
Maybe he needed a year like that where the pressure was, you know, kind of off him. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see, man. I hope we get the good Carson Wentz, though. And I don't mean, I want 2017 Carson Wentz or 2019. Nah, I want 2022 Carson Wentz. You know what I mean? I expect him to be a good quarterback. He's showing you he got that type of talent. You know what I mean? So now you older, you know what I mean? You've been through a struggle. You know what I mean? Let's see how you doing. We got weapons around you. You know what I mean? This team is not bad. You know what I mean? We just don't have that player. We don't have that one player that can erase our problems. You know what I mean? We had that at one time. The last time we had a player like that was Deshaun Jackson. Like, no matter what the score was with us, we had an eraser. You know what I mean? I take it to that Cowboy game and things on Thanksgiving.
Santana Moss.
No, not Santana Moss. The one they won. They end up winning the game. The one where Kirk Cousins went crazy in the second half and brought us back and stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? And who was he going to? Who was he going to?
He's going to Jack. D-Jack.
D-Jax. Look, I call him the human eraser because he can erase all your problems. So we haven't had that on our team. So if Carson Wentz can be that player for us, you know what I mean, be our human eraser, can erase some of our deficiencies or some of our problems, you know what I mean? If the running back go out there and turn it over and fumble and they get scoop it up and score 6, or they get a pick 6, can he come right back and erase that problem?
I feel you. That's what the upper echelon of quarterbacks are, because when you have an Aaron Rodgers, when you have a Pat Mahomes, when you have a Josh Allen on the sideline.
Look, man, you don't understand. If this dude really comes out here and shows like he still has that talent ain't dropped that far. Yeah. If it's dropped, you know what I mean? But if he can put it all together in this season, man, do you know what the ceiling is for that? It's very, 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 very high, man.
Plus,
they got the weapons around him, and you got an offensive coordinator who's pass happy. You see what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something.
We know Chris is amazing if he's fully healthy. We know the guy's amazing. And it's just
you know how big that's
he hasn't been able to get back to where he was when he got hurt. If he can, it's like he has a block somewhere. You know, if I do this, and he hesitates, and then some kind of way he gets hurt. You know, it's like if he can relieve himself of that block and come out and do what he did that year before he got hurt, the dude was a monster.
We played 16 games last year.
Yeah.
We played 18.
He played 16 games last year.
He missed one last year. You're right.
He missed one because of the COVID protocol or something like that, right?
He actually came back in that game. That was the Arizona game where they didn't think he was going to play, but he missed one. He missed one game last year.
Yeah, so I mean,
what you got, Ed, before we move on to running backs?
I think it's a lot of wishful thinking. Honestly,
it is.
We're looking at a quarterback. We're looking at the
whole move is wishful thinking. You're right. I'm not even gonna take that in a condescending way. You 100% right. The whole move of Carson Wentz is wishful thinking. Go ahead, my fault. You good?
I think we also have to keep in context once again, like Paulie alluded to, that the offense was predicated around Mac, who did a phenomenal job of running the ball, and they were placed with a win and get in situation. And them collectively, but we know a lot of this is still going to always fall on the quarterback for not executing, that they couldn't get it done. That's a problem to me. Nick Foles and that knee injury was the worst thing that ever happened to him and his mental psyche at this point. Doesn't mean that he's still not immensely talented, because we know he can throw that ball around the yard. But his mindset has to shift at some point to give you guys a real chance to be a threat. Because at the end of the day, it's still about execution. I looked up the numbers. He's 4-4 lifetime against the Cowboys in that division. So he's just middle
of the road. That's a whole nother team. That's another team. Bro.
Absolutely.
You can't say you look up the numbers and say he was against y'all. What was he against the Giants? What was he against? Don't act like every year y'all been the top team. No, it do matter.
No, those teams don't matter.
It do matter. It do matter, yo. Because he was on a whole nother team. Because he was on a whole nother team. It ain't y'all. Y'all no king and no castle. What the hell are y'all doing? The king of the castle? Man, get out of here, man.
Hey,
what? We won it the year before that. What are you saying? You ain't saying, you ain't like you talking about 4-5 years in a row. Y'all ain't been doing shit neither. Don't come up here with your chest poked out with your junior star, acting like y'all the New England Patriots or something. Y'all ain't did nothing.
Listen, with the exception.
Ain't no listening. No, you listening. Yeah, you want to stay. You want to talk your shit. That's good. You want to talk your shit. That's good. But don't talk crazy. And I ain't gonna say nothing. Come on, man. Come on, y'all the top dog. It doesn't matter what his record was with the Eagles. It doesn't matter what his record was 3 years ago, 2 years ago with the Eagles. He on a whole nother team. What are you talking about, man?
Like I just said, though, with
it don't matter.
Injury, we running away with that.
Yeah, whatever. No. Exception to injury. That's that bullshit. How you gonna say exception to injury? First of all, injury is part of the game. Ain't nobody wishing on no injury or anything like that. We're talking about except of an injury. Come on, man. Y'all ain't that damn good. Y'all okay. Y'all just like the rest of us in the league. Y'all like the rest of us. Y'all okay. I don't care how many names you got, how many dudes you got with $100 million contracts. Y'all ain't did nothing but the same thing we've been doing.
Hold on.
Come on with that king of the cats. Y'all ain't no measuring stick. Y'all ain't no measuring stick. What y'all measuring stick to? Mediocrity? Y'all ain't no damn measuring stick.
Undefeated against the East.
Whatever, man. Ain't no measuring stick, bro. Measuring stick to what? Mediocrity?
Who said something about a measuring stick?
Yo, man, whatever, yo. Hey, man. Hey, just know. Hey, man. Just know, bro. What?
You know that, right? You know,
I just know you only on here on probationary status. Don't be talking out you crazy, bro. You know what I mean? You crazy, bro. Y'all ain't no measuring stick. Talking about who the king of the division on. Y'all ain't no measuring stick. You just said it. You just said it, man. Go back and watch this. You said that we the top of the division. The jump to the Kings or whatever you said, man. Y'all ain't that. Y'all mediocre at best, which is bad because y'all got a lot of talent.
Paulie. Only thing he said was
I heard what he said, man. I don't need you to come in and tell me what he said. I heard what he said, and I heard how he was saying it. Come on, go ahead with that, man. Don't wait, bro. You want to move on to the next time, move on. He don't need you to talk for him. He don't need you to talk for him. Well, you keep saying he said. Say what you got to say. Don't say what he said, because now I'm taking it as you said, taking his side, which I don't care if you do, but I'm going to argue you too.
Listen,
tell me like there's some measuring sticks.
He didn't say that.
He did say that, man. You need to go back and watch it too.
Undefeated versus the Cowboys. That's all he said. He's a quarterback.
That ain't all he said, man. Don't sit up here and tell me that's all he said. I heard him say he just said we gonna run away with the division. Like we gotta own his record up to them. Well, like y'all ain't the measuring stick. Come on, like I said, y'all did the same thing we did. Won the division 1 year.
Well, speaking for myself,
that wasn't that very good.
Speaking for myself.
So just go on to the next. Go on, say it. You ain't talking about Wentz. Go ahead. We said our piece about Wentz. You'll go say it. Say what you got to say about Wentz.
I mean, we know what you got in Wentz. Can Wentz do what he needs to do? I think this first year in the system will be good for him. Hopefully, we got an offensive line that'll hold up for him. Make sure he can do what he needs to do. He got weapons. They went out and got weapons for him. You know, you got two or three, four running backs. You know, whatever you got now. He just got to show up. He got to do what he needs to do to be successful, you know, for the team. Can he do that? Can he show up week in, week out and be successful? Like you say, he played 16 games last year, you know. So health, I mean, he was pretty good health-wise. So let's put it together. Can he put it together? He's gonna have an opportunity where he has quite a bit to put it together. Can he do it? I already said I expect him the backup quarterback to play at least one game. I said that. I mean, I'm not going to change what I said earlier.
Hey, point blank period, my man got more talent than he's ever played with at the wide receiver spots, the offensive line spots. Hey, I can't say at the tight end spot because Logan is hurt. We don't have a quality backup behind him. We got question marks behind Logan, and we don't know when Logan's coming back. But he dang sure got a ton of running backs, and Jonathan Taylor is probably the best running back in the league coming up. So that's yet to be said. He may have more running backs than he did in Indy, but he's not going to have any excuses. We're going to go long today, so I hope y'all ready to do this. We're going to get our running backs out the way and our quarterbacks out the way. So now let me tell you about the six running backs we have on the depth chart. All right, Flat, and you know I'm going to need help with a couple of names. So we got Jonathan Williams, number 41. He's returning. We got Brian Robinson, rookie, Jaret Patterson, J.D. McKissic. Jaret is going into his second year. J.D. McKissic in his 6th year. Antonio Gibson in his 3rd year. Reggie Bonofon. All right, he is in his 3rd year. And Alex
Armah.
Yeah, that dude right there. He is in his 6th year. So those two guys that I just spoke of, those are Panthers, because both of them spent time with the Panthers, the Carolina Panthers, and now they're Washington Commanders. So you know those are our Panthers. We got 6 running backs that I named off, 6 or 7. Hold on. Right? Yes, indeed. No way all of these guys make the roster. So
we know who's making the roster.
So
again, this is practice squad.
Now, I don't even think this is practice squad material. I think these go take this whooping in practice. And
they always need running backs. They always need running backs for practice squad because for the scout team. There's going to be a running back up there. Hey, you know what? It might not even be from this group of players. It might come from somebody else's team. Players like these are just playing to put film on tape.
Yeah, let me start you off with Alex.
They camp legs.
Let me start you off with Alex. Okay, Alex is wearing number 40. He's running back. He's 6'1", 255, 28 years old. He's out of West Georgia, 6 years of experience. He has not had a ton of touches. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this dude. 6 years in the league, not a ton of touches. I think the most games he played, what was it? In a single year was like 3 or 4. Not a ton of touches, like I said, man. He's played with Carolina, New Orleans, and the Washington Commanders now. And, 9 games, 6 games, 0 starts, 1 start, 2 starts, not a whole bunch of touches on him. The next one we're going to go to is say that name again for me.
Bonofon.
Which one?
Reggie Cut.
Reggie. Yeah.
Reggie Cut.
Reggie call him.
I got his full name. His full name is Reginald U-Haul Cut.
He's making the U-Haul team, Paulie.
No, that's his name. Reginald U-Haul Cut. We talk about these players, they're not draft picks. They don't have a chance at this spot. You got 4 guys ahead of them. They got a position locked in. Gibson, Robinson, J.D. McKissic. That's 3 right there. You know what I mean? So that's a spot where it is no spot. Practice squad.
Practice
Who's
squad.
the
All right.
best? You know what I mean?
Reggie.
That's all there is to it.
He's gonna be wearing
Unless they're not a draft. Hey, what's your man on Flash for y'all? The dude that was in Hard Knocks last year, the water goggles, the running back. Wasn't he a draft pick?
Oh man, that dude.
You know what I'm talking about? He was struggling. Was he a draft? He was a draft pick, right? He was like a 6th round pick. Yeah, he was like a 5th, 6th round pick.
He was a free agent. When I watched Hard Knocks, I thought he was a free agent guy, but he may have been a late pick.
Nah, he was a late pick. My whole point of saying that is that dude was horrible in preseason. He showed the talent he had, but he was horrible.
He had a couple flashes, for sure.
Yeah. But it was another dude ahead of him that was playing better. You know what I mean? But he got that spot because I believe he was a draft pick. You see what I'm saying? And they seen his potential. You know what I mean? I remember him playing.
And the guy that you're talking about, they were nobody. He was a nobody, but number 34 or something like that. He also ended up getting hurt too. So that was his way to get that, get cut and then make it to the practice squad.
My point is, these players. I hate what you said, but my point is, these players are long shots. You know what I mean? They basically there to keep the starters ahead of them, not to get worn down. You know what I mean? They camp legs, they camp arms. You know what I mean? That's what it is. So they have to be spectacular to even get that second look.
Yeah,
should we have to keep them, especially at the position we talk about now, running back?
A lot of use and abuse.
Yeah, one of y'all gonna stay for practice team. That's it.
Let me give you Reggie's measurables. He'll be wearing number 38. He's 6 foot 215. He's 26 years old. 3rd year out of Louisville. That's him. Let's get to the 5 running backs here that are going to be literally fighting for carries. We're going to start off with the rookie. Let's start off with the unknown. Brian Robinson, wearing number 8, running back, 6'1", 228, 23 years old, out of the University of Alabama. A lot of people saw this draft pick as a Gibson. You better hold on to the ball, or this guy will be getting your carries. Mm-hmm. He never lost a fumble in college. My guy never dropped the ball in college. And he played at Alabama.
That's college.
Waited his turn.
I like, I feel about him, man. He's a good player, but
let's go to the SEC first. Let's go to the SEC first. Let's start with Sid. Sid, tell us about this dude, man. What you know about him? You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Yeah. You know why he's on mute? Because you should have just let me keep going.
My grandson.
That's why.
No, he gets
calm as a bitch, bro.
Man. He's played. He like I say, he waited his turn, and he has had some big games where he's totaled a lot. Cincinnati, but anyway, he's played some big games, against Georgia, one of some of the best defenses. So he'll carry the ball inside, outside. He's proved that he can catch the ball. So he's proved that he can be a three down back. Now, how are they going to use him? That's yet to be determined. Are they going to do a 1-2 punch? Because that's what Rivera did in Carolina. He had a 1-2 punch in Carolina.
Oh,
not saying it's what he's going to do, but he did have a 1-2 punch in Carolina. But I think the guy's going to develop into a very good running back. I mean,
Paulie, go ahead.
He's going to put it out there.
Go ahead, Paulie. I know you're ready.
Yo, good pick, man. Look, if Gibson was fumbling or not, I could see them making this move in the draft anyway. Yeah, is it some kind of message? It's not a message. Look, them players know that every year somebody's coming to take their job. They should have that attitude anyways. He know he been putting the ball on the ground. So, he need to correct that coming into the season. But Robinson's going to be a good addition, man. The second back, like said, he used to having a 2 running back system. But the second back here always got some burn. You know what I mean? Especially if it was on goal line situations that, they necessarily didn't like putting my man Gibson in that role anyways. He's a big guy. He can move the sticks. He can move the pile. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a good – and, one thing about shocked over the Ron Rivera years, the running back plays in the preseason. He fully believes in getting the running backs ready to play. which I kind of agree with. You know what I mean? He let the running backs get their callus. Remember last year, it was a lot of time people was like, don't play Gibson. And Gibson had like 12 carries.
Yeah, he would have 12.
You know what I mean? 12,
yeah.
you know what I mean? So
15.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So they're not afraid to let the running backs play. I like that. You know, some of our best seasons from our running backs it came during preseason when they played a lot. I'll take it back to Alfred Morris in his rookie year when he had to make the team. You know what I mean? He was ready to go. You know, you notice under Jay Gruden, where he barely played in the preseason, he always struggled early to start the season. Yeah, you know, you want to get your running back, get them some contact, get that lather up, man. You know what I mean? So I think Robinson's a good pick, though. Big guy, he'll be ready to go.
What you got? And
man, hold on, just one time for the one time. Morris and Robert Griffin was a monster for a real quick second, boy. That was the worst thing ever. That was one of the worst Thanksgivings I ever had in my life. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But anyway, you know, Alabama. Two things are going to always translate: running backs and receivers. The quarterbacks are iffy. Linemen are pretty decent. So, I mean, at the end of the day, he could develop into something really good because even 2 and 3 deep guys coming from that university, they do well. They just want to go there, like you said, wait your turn, and then get they shine when they can. So, you know, it will definitely see.
Hey, y'all said something. I'm not sure if it was Paulie or said, but short yardage. Everybody was talking about we shouldn't have let who was it that we shouldn't let go last year when we kept Patterson? Paulie.
I don't know. You had a little time to look it up.
Down back. But he wound up. He
he ain't with us no more. So you talking about number 34? He not with us no more. Right. So I don't even know his name, man.
So
34,
6'1", 225 on 4th and 1. Give me a tight end in front of him, give me a lineman in front of him, and let the dude go get a yard for us, man. So also one more thing about our rookie here.
But that's it. He's big enough. He don't need a tight end in front of him. You could put him in a 4. You could put him in a 4 receivers in the set like they like to do. Spread them out and run them right up the middle.
Peyton Barber is exactly who I'm talking about.
There you go. Yeah.
So here we go. My man had 52 receptions for 466 yards in college and 2 touchdowns. So he also is capable out of the backfield. So just because he lined up in that I or single back on 4th and 1 doesn't mean that he's going up the hole. He could just flare out and we get that one with him in a corner 1-on-1. All right. So our next running back that we're going to talk about, we're going to go to a guy who came in last year, Jonathan Williams. Number 41 when our guys went down. He's going to wear number 41 again. He's 6 foot 217. He's 28 years old, 6 seasons into the NFL out of Arkansas. He played very solid last year. I think he needs to fight to make this roster as well. They know what he can do. They seen him play. He performed in a pinch, but is he a lock? Is he battling Jaret Patterson for that 4th position? Is Patterson a lock? That's what we're going to after we talk about
practice squad.
Practice squad.
Listen. Not only is he practice squad, he's the guy the other running backs got to knock off for the practice squad. He come out and keep putting forth that same effort he been giving us for these past 2 preseasons, and he even played in a couple of regular season games. Not last year, the year before that, where he actually fared well and was picking up some yardage. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So they like him. That's why they keep bringing him back. They feel if them 2 top bats get hurt, they got to call him up for a game. They're comfortable with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So unless one of these other dudes you was talking about earlier, they have a spectacular camp, a 100-yard game or 2. You know what I mean? He's the guy that everybody has to beat out of that practice squad running back position.
Hey, Jonathan Williams is the one that you said they got to set their sights on. Jonathan Williams, knock him off. So that means the way this looks right now is to catch somebody's eye to get some more burn, you got to break a 20, 30-yard run. Break some tackles, get in that open field, and show you got a second gear. Say what you think, man.
Yeah, that's what you're going to have to do. I mean, y'all are running back deep. You know, Robinson's a draft pick, so unless he comes out and just throw the ball down the street, kick it a couple times, he's not going nowhere. I mean, it is what it is. He may go to special teams, but he's not going nowhere. You know, and J.D. McKissic, it was your third down guy. He can catch the ball backfield. He got wheels. He ain't going nowhere. So that's 2 running back, right?
Yeah.
You know, and then the starter, he been working out with a 5-pound weighted ball to make sure to get away from the fumbles. He went and got a guy say, hey, I need to work on this. He went and got a 5-pound ball, run around, because I think the football weighs 2 pounds. So he can get used to it. He's trying to stay in there. That's 3 guys. Most teams don't carry more than 3 guys start on the running back. Got some practice squad people, you know. You might have some special team people. So, you know, somebody gonna have to show something. They gotta have to show something.
Hey, Dominic Greer said these guys ain't smart. They better get those kick and punt return lines.
See? He said the same thing I'm talking about. Special teams.
You better get on teams. You better show you can return a punt or a kick, huh? What you got, Ant?
Look, I think there's no deep dive on guys that aren't vetted yet. You know, the good thing is there's a lot of opportunity. It's a lot of guys like Paulie said, all these guys are gonna get cut. So somebody needs to seize the moment. I don't have anything for these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like the problem with a lot of this is a lot of these guys have had multiple years in the league and they haven't done anything. You know, there's not a lot of premium on the running back position. So if you got a guy that's been in there 4 or 5 years and you get a hopeful rookie, you will get cut, buddy. You will get sent down, you know what I'm saying, to give a fresh body the opportunity to get cheap money and good play. So that's my takeaway from these guys that ain't really done much. So
last year he played in 5 games, had 17 attempts, 79 yards, 4.6, 1 TD, 4 receptions, 28 yards, along a 19. He averaged 7, no TDs in the passing game. That is Jonathan Williams. The next running back we're going to talk about is Jaret Patterson. Jaret Patterson will be wearing number 32. He's 5'8", 195. He's 22 years old, second year, went to the University of Buffalo, local project out of Prince George's County, played with Chase Young when they were in high school.
Yeah. Look, man, he's the 4th guy right now. We know about all that. I'm gonna cut you off. We know about all that. He's the 4th guy. You know, we found out about him last year. We know this whole story. You know what I mean? He's the 4th guy. He has a slight chance of making the team just because they like him. He made it last year. He didn't do anything, you know what I mean, anything wrong not to make it, but he might get caught up in the numbers game. That's it. You know, if they want to keep 4, you know what I mean, which would be good. That means they'll have two big backs. They had Gibson and McKissic in the same style back, where, you know what I mean, where they can also catch out of the backfield, but he just might get caught up in the numbers game. I like Patterson though. He didn't do nothing wrong to me. The little spot time he got to play, I think he showed it. He can play in the league. You know what I mean? He could be a change of pace. You know what I mean? He don't have that breakaway ability, but just because you don't pull away from the pack for 60 yards, don't mean you're not an effective runner. You know, Alf wasn't like that. You know what I mean? The most he'll get 30, 40. You know, he was good in that spit, you know, but I don't need him to be 4-3, 4-3, 40 or whatever. But good player, man, but he just might get caught up in numbers. But I think they should try to keep 4 but if they don't, I don't know if they can keep him on the practice squad because there was other teams that liked him last year. We paid him above rookie salary last year, so we could sign him as a free agent. So it was other teams that wanted him. We just gave him more bread than everybody else did. You know what I mean? So that's why he came to us. Forget all that hometown stuff. If Pittsburgh would have topped our offer, he'd have been in Pittsburgh. Just throwing the team out there. Yeah. The story sounds good, but he had other suitors. They made that known. He had other suitors, and he got paid, more than your average rookie would get paid. So there's that. But yeah, man, good player, solid. I hope he make it, but he might get caught up in the numbers game.
Say it. What you got?
Yeah. I mean, it could come down to the numbers. I mean, we already talked about the ones we thought. I mean, as a group, specifically that may make it.
Robinson, Gibson, and McKissic.
It may be unfortunate, especially if they're trying to slide them to the practice squad. Once you get in that position, anybody can grab him on with the practice squad. He ain't necessarily got to sign at the practice squad. So, it could be a numbers game. Are they gonna hold that many people? Are they gonna move into special teams just so he ain't got to go to the practice squad? And keep him on the team. And
he did do that last year too. He actually was in that kick return line last year. He was our kick returner last year a bunch.
And then what they can do is if somebody go down there, bring him in.
And not even to say that, man, the practice squad is different than how it used to be. So it's actually a good thing because you actually can pull a guy up off the practice squad on game day.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, it's not like how before where he was on the practice squad, you know what I mean? You had to make a roster move, took somebody off, and it had to be a week ahead of time, whatever. You actually could pull these guys up on game day if you need.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Have to activate them early.
Yeah. So that 54th and 55th player on your team, it's real important. You can't get them on your roster that you get them on your practice squad.
But don't they have to clear waivers to get before they can sign to the practice squad?
No, yes, at the beginning, but
during
the season while you're on the practice squad, another team can pillage your practice squad during the season.
Right.
Yeah, but the player would have to agree to it. They can't just say, okay, we're gonna put in the claim for him and we got him. The player has to want to go too. Like, okay, I got a better opportunity, and I'm gonna be on an active roster, so I'm gonna be making more money. So, and might have an opportunity to play like this week. So, yeah, I'm going to go. But it ain't a situation where they could just take it and the player don't have no choice. The player can say, nah, I don't want to go.
Dominic Silly. He said he needs to get with Troy Apke and learn the tricks of the trade. That boy got jokes because everybody's still trying to figure out how Troy Apke keep making this roster.
Special teams, bro. Hey, you can't replace speed, bro. You only can hope to find more.
But you better make a tackle. You better make a tackle.
That right.
You
can't teach speed.
You can't teach that, man.
Here's the one thing that I keep looking at when I look at Jaret Patterson. And Jaret Patterson has some games where he had multiple carries. I'm talking about got a good lather up. He had a couple of games with 10 and 12 carries. But I keep looking at his longs. And Paula, you brought this up too, man. Alf didn't break your back with long runs. But every now and again, he broke off a 13-yard run, 11-yard run, 12-yard run, 13, 10. When he start creeping up with you with those double digits, that means my man is getting into his lather, and you can actually see it because every game that he did that in, he had +5 carries. You know what I mean? So maybe we need to get him some more burn. Maybe this preseason he get that lather up, and we start seeing the Jaret Patterson that was at Buffalo that scored 5 touchdowns in a game. And don't forget, everybody, they say that second year you make that big leap. After that first year that having an NFL under your belt. So, Ant, go ahead. What you got to say about Jaret Patterson, man?
To say with a guy like him, who's like you make mention to him being more like a fringe player, it's all about utilization. You know what I'm saying? Like, can he be used in some ways that he's willing to learn and progress? Because if not, that's where you put the team between a rock and a hard place if you think that he has some value down the line. I think back to the Cowboys with Matt Moore, different position, but we really liked Matt Moore. And he turned out to be one of the most solid backup players for when Romo was going down and different things. So you got to be very careful, even though he's not as high up on the depth chart, as you know what I'm saying.
Y'all didn't draft Matt Moore.
What you mean?
Y'all didn't draft Matt Moore.
No. He was on but his first year though.
But he was,
and we let him go.
Y'all didn't draft Matt Moore.
That's what I'm speaking to though. No, it's not about that. I'm just talking about players that are fringe players that could add value to your team. You know what I'm saying? If something happens, like that's why I'm saying the utilization matters. Not necessarily, I ain't talking about necessarily being drafted, so to speak, but just a guy that can add value, but you may not have a spot right now. Can they be flexible? You know what I'm saying? That's what I was speaking to.
All right.
I think that's a little different than running with a quarterback to running
back. That's why I said no, but that's what I said though.
That's a little different
position for sure. But you could do a lot more with a running back if you want to throw him on special teams or something like that too. So that's what I was talking about.
Like a free agent running back has a 50% better chance of making the team than a free agent quarterback.
Hell yeah.
True.
Next running back we get into is J.D. McKissic.
My God.
J.D. McKissic.
McNasty.
Just so y'all know,
nasty.
J.D. has changed numbers. J.D. will be wearing number 23.
You see that move he put on dude in practice, man? Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. Hey.
How you say Ant? Whoop, whoop. Shout out my man Ant, right?
There you go.
Shout out my man Ant.
Hey, no, he hit Ant say he hit him with that yeet. Hit him with that yeet. Hey,
hey man.
So my man wearing number 23 this year. He's 5'10", 195, 28 years of age.
Listen, man.
6 years out of Arkansas State. Hit Buffalo with the yeet. I'm going back to the Commanders. Paulie, go.
Hey man, Joe Washington, Kelvin Bryant, Brian Mitchell. I mean, I'm gonna put J.D. McKissic in that group.
Look at what he say. You
know what I mean? The people, new people's champ, bro. That's right, man. Because this dude is a threat out of the backfield, and it's not just saying what his talent is. He's actually went out here and proved this for 2 years in a row. You know what I mean? Like, he might have been our best offensive weapon for these 2 years, man. He can catch the ball out the backfield. You know what I mean? He lines up in the backfield. You know what I mean? He gets between the tackles. He can get on the outside. You know what I mean? He can line up at wide receiver. And all these things he does. I'm not just saying what he could do, what his talent could do. He's showing he can do all these things at a high level. He's carried this offense at both seasons, at certain times of the season, he has been carried that offense, man. So to actually have maybe possibly some other players around him that could be more consistent to do what they do, he's going to be even that much more dangerous to what we can do on offense, man. I love this dude, bro. You just heard the people in the category I put him in with: Joe Washington, Kelvin Bryant, Brian Mitchell. You know what I mean? We at our best, we always had a good third down back.
Yeah. Ant, let's go.
Nah, I got, listen. So this is where I can't listen. I gotta the people's champ. I wouldn't know about that value that he adds to you guys, because that sounds more like a sentimental thing or something.
I know sentimental. He earned that. He earned that. What's your guy name? Hold on. What's your guy name? Was it Pollard? Pollard?
Yeah, Pollard.
Pollard?
Oh, yeah.
Pollard? Bro, him and Pollard is right here.
Okay.
You better ask
him and Pollard is right here.
What happened when he did?
Bro, when we play against y'all, that's my number one fear is Pollard goes off. If Pollard goes off for y'all gonna win, guaranteed. Because if you're talking about Pollard on top of the talent that you got out there, if he goes off, 8 times out of 10, y'all gonna win that game. Okay. If Pollard goes off too, and that's how McKissic, that's how valuable McKissic is to us. You know, I'm not saying he's the best third down back ever. I'm just saying when he does the thing and he does it consistently, and I've seen Pollard do it consistently this past year. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Them type of players like that, they are dangerous. They're a dangerous weapon for an offensive team, man. Okay. This dude is good.
So solid Swiss Army knife kind of guy to the back.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay.
Yes. He gonna get you.
Okay.
And the reason why I emphasize it, because you got a lot of guys like that in the league, but all of them are not consistent. You know what I mean? This dude is consistently dangerous on the field. You know what I mean? Almost Darren Sproles type.
Yes.
Almost Darren Sproles type on offense, bro.
Well, go ahead.
Okay, so this is my question. So I got one question for y'all based off of that then. So with him being that kind of guy, right? Why doesn't it seem like he's kind of been able to, is he just good in that role, or is he just based off circumstances, maybe he's been hurt, not being able to be more so of a lead back kind of guy?
He's not every down back. He's small.
Okay.
But
there we go.
Hold on, but he can give you that for a game or two if he has to. He did it the first year when Gibson got hurt against Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? He was still effective. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that he can't do it. It's just that you don't want him to do it. You don't want him in that role. You know what I mean?
Dude with the kill.
Because I feel because
Pollard
I know
and McKissic is what Saquon Barkley was supposed to be. They catch him. Like
Saquon, he's right.
Saquon was supposed to be on a level above those guys.
But Saquon is a 25 game a carry guy too.
Yeah.
McKissic is not a 25 game a guy carry.
Pollard.
Well, and I was gonna say we believe that based off of the numbers, Pollard is that guy.
Yeah.
We could put Pollard in today and you miss no value. You actually probably get a little bit more. So.
Yeah. But see, what I'm saying is, but with the facts and where reality is, Pollard's not that guy because Zeke's still there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
So he's not. So reality is he's not that guy. He's a guy that's in a JD McKissic type role. He's gonna get some carries out of the backfield. Yeah. He's gonna get some carries out of the backfield, but he's not gonna get 25 carries. Unless even if he do run for a lot, you've seen it where he might have had 13, 14 carries for 100 yards, but Zeke still had 25 carries. He might have had 75 yards or something like that. You know what I mean? So regardless, he's in that role that he's in, and that's what I'm saying about McKissic.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Ant, you good?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, say it. Tell us about McKissic's antics versus the Falcons.
I mean, McKissic is just like Patterson, for the Falcons. The Swiss Army knife. He can do it all. Come out of the backfield, put him in the slot. He'll mismatch
that's my guy.
He'll mismatch for linebackers.
Shout out Cordell Patterson.
And he too quick for cornerbacks. So I mean, the guy is, you want one of these guys on your team because he's almost a fail safe for the quarterback. That's your dump off guy. So just in case we got that quick rush coming in, my dump off guy, I can at least drop it off to him, and I can possibly get 5 yards out of it. You know what I'm saying? A la Dalvin Cook. Even though Dalvin Cook goes up the middle more, they dump off the ball a lot more to Dalvin Cook than they did previous years. Now I don't know the new offense for Minnesota. I'm just giving you an example. But that's what role he's in, and you like having those guys on your team.
No, so I can't compare him with Dalvin Cook.
What I'm saying is, as in the drop off and taking up, the difference is Dalvin Cook actually runs up the middle more throughout the game, but Dalvin Cook's game has progressed to where they're dumping the ball off to him more outside of the backfield, which is more what McKissic does. They're gonna drop it all to him. They're gonna run plays for him. So he can get his speed and take care of business. I mean, the guy's a monster. He has the potential to do a lot on the squad. So let's see how they use him this year.
I got you.
I'm just saying, Dalvin Cook is a 25 carry back.
Yeah, no. That's what
McKissic will never be a 25 carry back.
No, you had blinked out when I said it. You had blinked out. What I said was he was similar to Dalvin Cook in the fact that they started to throw the ball more to Dalvin Cook outside of the backfield. He's not going to run between.
I didn't talk about the one.
I was listening. I blinked out, but I was listening. I'm just saying I think they're just two different.
No, he's not going to run.
They're two completely different backs.
He's not going to run up the middle 25 times. No. All I'm saying is
Devin Cook or Dalvin?
Dalvin
been catching the ball.
I said Dalvin Cook.
Okay.
Dalvin Cook he gonna run the ball up the middle, all tackle side. But what they've done for him is they've
his brother in the league.
His brother,
brother played with Alabama.
There we go. He played with Georgia. One played with Georgia. Both played with
Georgia. Or whoever the hell is.
Wait. Because one of them is a pass catcher who gets a run on the edges.
We know which one we're talking about. We're talking about the one number 4.
Referencing the point that he started catching
the ball. We're talking about number 4.
The back. That's all.
All right.
That's the only
comparison I was using. That was it.
That's
the only comparison I was using.
Anyways, my whole point is Jaden McKissic is a top third down back in the league. He's not an every down back.
Nope, and that's why Buffalo. That's why Buffalo wanted him so bad too. Because remember what I said with these running backs. Once they get over 5 carries, they start to get into their lather. So when JD McKissic had 5 or more carries, he broke off runs of 10, 15, 11, 10, 11. So get him in the ladder.
He had 70 plus receptions, man.
But there you go.
That's awesome coming. That's awesome coming out the running back spot. 70 plus receptions.
There you
Come
go. He
on,
was our
man.
second leading receiver last year.
I'm gonna
All
say
right,
that's Alvin Kamara type stuff.
So here we go with our last running back. No need to worry about who this is and if this guy's making the team. His name is Antonio Gibson. He's wearing number 24, 6'2", 220. He's 24 years of age, out of the University of Memphis in his third year. So, Paulie, just get right to it, bruh.
Yo, all he has to do is stop putting the ball on the ground. That's it. 2 years. You know what I mean? But he was I don't think he was 1,000-yard rusher. I know last year he was 1,000-yard rusher.
Yep.
I know he was close to it his first year. Yeah, that's right. He had I think he was around 850 or 9, something like that. You know? Yeah, 798. Remember, he missed the last 4 games of the regular season. You know what I mean, with injuries, so he easily would have got it. But just stop putting the ball on the ground, man. That's it. He from year 1 to year 2, he got better. You can see that. You know what I mean? He got better running the ball. You know what I mean? He got better catching the ball. You know what I mean? He was more of a weapon in year 2 than he was in year 1, you know. But he just got to stop putting the ball on the ground. That's it. And if he does that, I don't see why he's not going to take another step this year.
Well,
the offense is wide open for him.
He had
he has a special talent, man. That screen pass against Buffalo, that shows you right there that this is just the tip of the iceberg. The ball need to be in this guy's hands, really, because he's getting better. You know that they had a plan that Monday night against the Eagles. Remember early on, the offense was moving. They made a conscious effort to get the ball in his hands with the Gilbert guy quarterback.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's all, man. Just stop fumbling, man. He be good, man. That 1-2 punch should actually be a 1-2 punch.
His rookie year, he had only 2 fumbles. He lost both of them. But then you bring him into his sophomore year where you're supposed to take that big leap. You had 6 fumbles and lost 4. And one for sure cost us a game. Right? Yeah. One for sure cost us a game. Go Flash.
First game of the season.
I was gonna say, you know, this is the NFL, man, and this is where we separate the good from the great. You know, when you're hoping that these guys make these progressions and these steps and they actually don't, you know, it's just more disappointing than anything because you see those flashes, like you said, where he takes a screen and does something crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's
not flashes. He got better from year 1 to year 2. He was consistent in everything but fumbling. That was it.
Right.
That's all you can say was wrong.
When I say flashes, I'm talking about like he ain't taking a screen every week and doing something crazy. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's when you talk about.
But you're not gonna do it every week. You know, you're not gonna do that every week. I'm only
speaking to you seeing that. Oh, okay, that's something in there that we.
No. I just don't want. All right, what got me was you was going in the negative light of saying that you hate to see these guys not progress. What I'm saying is, if you watch the season, these 2 seasons, he progressed from one season to the next. He got better into his second season. He took that step. He looked more natural running the ball this past season than he did his first season, where you could tell he was like counting steps and watching the hole. This year he was hitting the hole. He was getting that screen pass. He was taking it straight up field. You know, he was making he was getting to that second gear. You know what I mean? Look, I'm saying the one minus he had, which is the biggest minus you could have as a running back, is he became a fumbler.
And so
that's the only thing you got to cut out.
That's what I was. If it was anything negative, that's what I was referring to. Is you see guys progress, and then you have somebody who was struck like Tiki or somebody, where man, Hall of Fame status type guy, but will fumble the ball like crazy or something like that, where it can cost you in your career. That can separate you from being one of the guys that you could be, is what I was speaking to. Not to take away from the guy that he's actually progressing into. Like you said, if he's taking that step from 1 to 2, then that's necessary. But he has to at some point get control of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was speaking to.
No, immediately. Like that needs to be addressed this off season. This needs to be addressed this off season. You can't come into next season fumbling 6 times and losing 4. Right. Because I guarantee you won't even fumble 6 times and losing 4. You know what you're gonna do? You're gonna fumble it 3. You're gonna fumble it 3 times and lose it twice. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna find number 8 coming out in the starting lineup.
Hey, you actually got me thinking about something, right? I'm trying to look it up. Said I'm gonna need your help with this too. Pull up Tiki Barber's stats for me, please. I'm looking for Tiki Barber stats. But I want to see, because you remember Tiki had this terrible fumbling problem, right? And that's when they started going to that high and tight. But I don't think that was till about his third or fourth.
No, that was his first. That was his first couple of years, yo. Tiki Barber is the model when it comes to recovering from fumbling, because he had a problem. Then he started running that high and tight. Look, his first 2 years he had a fumbling problem, man.
Yeah, that's what I actually want to. That's what I actually want to get to.
First couple of years. See when he was there. What was that, 96 or something? Charles, yeah. Look at 97. 96, I think 96 was his first year, the fall of 96.
Yeah, 97, he had 3 fumbles. 98, he had 1. 99, he had 5. 2000, he had 9. 2001, he had 8.
It got worse.
2002, he had 9. 2003, he had 9. 2004, he had 5. And in 2005, he had 1. In 2006, he had 3.
See, and that's what it was. I think that's when Tom Coughlin got there. Tom Coughlin got there, and they was like, I can't trust you with the ball. They put that high and tight on him, and you saw those numbers, instead of going up, they started to go down, because everybody know, once we know you got a fumbling problem and you thinking about it, we're punching at that ball now. So, hey, thanks, Blink. I appreciate that, man.
I know you played. Yeah, you're right, though.
Yeah, they
got a reputation.
Yep.
What I was reading earlier about him, like I said earlier in the podcast, he came out here actually to Katy, Texas, and was working with this guy using a weighted ball. The weighted ball weighed 5 pounds, and he ran around with it and had people practice punching it out, because actual football only weighs 2. So mentally he's saying, okay, they can punch this heavier ball out because I gotta hold it tighter to do what I need to do. If I can hold this ball tighter and it weighs more, then I should be able to lock on to the smaller ball during the season. So, I mean, the guy came and did what he was supposed to do. He's working on what his problem was the last couple of years. So if this works out, him coming out during the all season to work on his problem, then he's done exactly what you're talking about right now, Paula. I need him to lead the stadium during the all season and go work on the problem, which is what he did. Yeah, so hopefully it works out for him.
Hey, go ahead, Ant.
No, I'm talking about AP. I'm looking at Dominique comments that AP started his career putting the ball on the ground. I ain't comparing him to AP. I get what he's saying. I get what they're saying overall, but I'm like, AP is a whole different animal.
Yeah. So the whole thing with the whole AP is he might have put the ball on the ground. All you had, no matter what happened, if the team went down and scored a touchdown, when the Vikings got the ball back, they gave it to AP and he scored a touchdown. So he was an eraser. He could erase.
He was a different animal.
I'll tell you, these players that you need erasers on your team. He was an eraser, and he was at an eraser at a whole nother level, playing running back. That's what I'm saying. So he could fumble the ball, but you knew when they got the ball back, they was going to hand the ball off to him, and or if not on the first carry, somewhere carry number 5 or 6, he was going to take it to the house.
Yeah,
you knew that.
So
a guy like that. Go ahead.
Go.
No, I was just gonna say a guy like the guys like that, the APs of the world, even the Tikis, because he still was a great back. Those guys, you sit them down for a series or something so they can regroup, but they ain't sitting down. When you talk about other guys, it's a whole different ball game. They got, they'll never be the same if they got to go. So
Ron did that last year, and this is my last question to everybody, and we appreciate everybody for staying in the chat and rocking with us. What's up, Rich? Rich is in the house. All right, so here's my question. Last year, Ron put Gibson on the bench and he rocked with McKissic. This year, if Gibson put that ball on the ground, do you think he makes it back into the game with the people that we have at the position this year? We just went through every one of them, right? And we talking about it's going to be a dog fight to make this roster as a running back. If you put that ball on the ground and this next man up, do you make it back onto the field that game? Paulie.
Come on, at this point, I mean, we just discussed all this, man. I mean, should you put him back on the field? I mean,
you got
look,
Brian Robinson.
It worked. Listen, you said last year Ron sat him down for a half and brought him back, and you know what? He played his ass off that second half too.
He did.
You know what I mean? But the thing about that is, I can't do that for you. You know, every game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That was a one time, you know, cat out the hat, you know, type of message to you. Like, you know what I mean? If you don't hold on to the ball, you're gonna sit down. And I don't mean sit down just for a half because I'm gonna give you, you know, some time to get your shit together. Nah, you're gonna sit down and I'm gonna let somebody else run that route and catch the ball. You know, you're gonna be on the bench barring injury. You know what I mean? So, you know, he got a short leash when it comes to putting the ball on the turf this year.
I got
He has to. You got two guys. You got two guys that possibly can do what he do. Hopefully, Robinson is good enough that he can run the ball. But the guy behind him in fourth, Patterson, showed he could run the ball too. And you got McKissic that could catch the ball out the backfield.
Yeah. Say it. What you think, man?
Oh yeah, no doubt. He come out here and start putting that ball on the carpet. He may not see the field again because they're gonna bring that regiment of running backs in there and they're gonna start running rock, especially if Robinson come out there and start running like a beast in the same game he put on the carpet. Oh, that opens up so many doors right there. Because you still got the Army Swiss Knight coming over there doing the same thing. You know, so you know, you mess around and put on the carpet and you may not see the field for a while.
Okay, I see Richie Rich say you need to properly figure out your offensive identity, and then you can draft O-line to fit. These guys make running backs better. I am in 100% agreement with you. When you have them big dudes up there, root them out, digging them out. Hey, what we call them, Paulie? We call them bullies, right? Eric Flowers, Jay Leno Jr. When we was playing bully ball, and we was running first and passing second, I'm in 100% agreement with you right there, man. And I think we got a really good offensive line coach to do that, to figure out what we got here.
Nah, the best thing he said there was identity, man.
Yep, that identity.
That's the best thing he said there. Identity. This team has no identity, no philosophy. You know, it varies from coaching staff to coaching staff. You know what I mean? From coordinator to coordinator, it varies. So it would be nice to see the offense come out here and establish an identity. Oh, and that means whatever you're going to do consistently the best. Yeah. That's your identity. We just don't do anything consistently right now.
And what a good thing with this guy is that he's got the talent to win him a little more leeway. If he was just one of those guys on the bottom rung, we'll be talking a different ball game here. But you know, this is a what have you done for me lately league at the end of the day. So he's definitely gonna have to show and prove, because at the end of the day, that's how we're gonna make the cheese. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be getting better, you gotta work on it. Otherwise, you're gonna be the last man up. So
I feel you. Hey, that is going to be our show for tonight, yo. We did almost a 2-hour show. We appreciate y'all. We're going to continue to break down the roster all the way up to training camp, going position by position. We got 2 of them in there for you tonight. Do not forget to like and subscribe to the First String Podcast. Make sure you download that Bet Rivers app. You got to be 21 years or older, or go to www.betrivers.com. Thank you. Shout out to Bet Rivers for sponsoring us. Follow each and every one of us on Twitter. We got our Twitter handles up there for you right there. And Harley, you know what time it is, bruh. We call it an OG classic because we get in, we get out. You ready, Paulie? Hit him with it, bruh.
L to the W.
L to the W.